So lately, I've been draining the pond. I've been draining the smaller pond, and it's really low. You can tell. See all the mud sticking out, and it's about to rain. But this is the drain right here. It just has boards you pull out. There's boards that slide down in there, and that's what stops the water. And the boards are probably like 6 inches wide, so to hold back 6 inches of water each board you put in. Now all the boards are pulled out, and it's drained pretty low. It's barely flowing right now, but I mean there ain't much water left in here at all. There's just a little bit in the deeper spots, but all where the grass is, it's all dry. It's completely mud. So this is the first tractor. It's a 5120 Case International. It's a 90s model, I believe, around the 90s time. It runs just fine. I got a hard top and everything, and these big skinny tires. But she's not the prettiest for sure, but she runs and does what I need it to do. And right now I just got it apart because the alternator wasn't working. So I pulled it off, and I was trying to find another one for it. But it has a nice top. She runs really well if the battery's charged. She doesn't look too bad. And then another thing that came with it was this bank cutter, which is a 5-foot deck on this thing, I believe. It's 5 foot. And it lifts up. That whole deck will extend out pretty far, and that goes down. And that's what cuts the side of the bank as you're driving. I have a video of it I'll put up. But this thing is heavy. And the counterweight, which is the hydraulic tank, which holds 60 gallons of hydraulic fluid, wasn't heavy enough. So I got this big old piece of C-channel on there, some steel C-channel. I got a bait freezer and a fridge. I'll put the fridge in here. But the bait freezer is nice because you can put your bait in there. You don't have to pick up bait every morning. And this is a pretty big shop. This shop was over here already. Got my bibs and boots and stuff over there. This is another tractor. This is an International 684. This one's really old. But all these are used for is running this thing, which is the ditch pump. I have it pulled out because I'm not going to be using it anytime soon because I'm draining. What I need to do is clean all this up, make sure everything's good with bearings and everything, and grease it up. This tractor runs really well too. I have no problems with it. It literally just stays parked over there, and it just pumps water for me when I need it. This is not my trailer, this is my dad's trailer. But I got screens in here and boards. And these are paddle wheels. These were on the boats that were left here. These are paddle wheels that you crawfish with, runs off a motor, and that's all hydraulics. And those turn and they sit on the bottom, and that's what pushes the boat. You can go up on the bank with them and everything. But I didn't want to use these because there's a lot of headache to them, and there's a lot of hoses and stuff compared to the Go Devils. But I'm trying to sell these, so if anybody wants to buy these, just comment down below. I got the tanks for them and everything, and the motors. I don't know if the motors run. They're Hondas, so I mean you could probably fix them up and they'll run. But these probably definitely work. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. They just been sitting in the shop. This is my brand new purchase. I just bought this 3 days ago, 4 days ago, something like that. I got it for a really good price. It's a 14-foot. It's not a bat wing. It's a flat deck, but it'll work out good for what I want it to do. It's a brush hog, and I still got to put the tires back on. When we hauled it, it didn't really fit on the trailer, so we took that off. And it's not really, everything works on it. It just needs a new painting. It needs to be sanded and painted, but I'll end up doing that. This was also left here. This is a set of choppers, 12-foot, I believe. There's nothing really wrong with this. I just need that drum's almost rotted through, and the drum in the back needs new bearings, but that's about it. Everything works. I already hooked everything up. And that's the trap trailer. I don't know if I'm gonna use that. I might just leave that or sell that, I don't know. But it's just a big trailer where you can throw all your traps in. I mean, you could put a lot of traps in there. You could haul them around if you needed to. This is the other boat that was left here that is full of water right now because I tried finding the drain plug, but I can't find it for some reason. This one will be left in the bigger pond because it has a top. Well, it had a top, it all got all ripped off, but the top will be really nice when it's hot. And I'll put another Go Devil on this and put me a picking table in there. One thing you can always bet on is that you're always gonna have something break, especially with older equipment. On this tractor, we were cutting the grass over here. Literally cutting the bank with the bank cutter, and she blew out the radiator. The bottom of the radiator blew out and was spewing coolant everywhere. It blew out right here, right where it's a little rusty. I ordered a new radiator. I just got it in, and now I need to change it, and hopefully that's not too big of a problem. Hopefully it goes pretty smooth, but I think it will because everything on this tractor is really easy to get to, and there's not much that's complicated about it. I mean, you can see everything from the side. Hopefully it's that easy, but we're about to find out. Dang. Nice and rusty. That's probably why it blew up. It also has a lot of, I don't even know what that is. There it goes, finally. So far I got the oil cooler off that was mounted on the front of the radiator. I got the hose off. I got almost all of the bolts out for the fan cover. I got the bracket bolts out that hold that radiator in place. I just got to take off that bottom hose down there, and it should slide straight up. I'm trying to keep track of everything. There's not much working space right here. on top of the levee and on top of the tractor tire. Finally got it out. This is what it looks like with no radiator. It slid straight up. It was a little heavy, but got it out. This is the old one. I mean, she's pretty rough. You can see inside. I mean, it's rusty in there. So it was almost about time to change it out anyways. I'll probably go and clean these lines out because they're pretty dirty inside. You can't really see inside of there. But yeah, another problem. On this other tractor over here, I need to pull it out and bring it back to the shop. When we had came to pull it out, the battery was dead. So we hooked up a new battery on it. The wire on this one that was running from the starter to the alternator, it like a mouse or something chewed a hole in it, and it was grounded out on the tractor itself. So when it started, it burnt the wire coming to from the starter to the alternator. It caught on fire pretty much, and it was smoking and it was burning, and it was like this whole area was just smoke. So we hurried up and turned it off, but you can see that wire right there is the one that melted, and it melted everything, plastic and everything. So I need to change that wire out. That wire just runs to the starter to the alternator over here on this side. I don't know why this is bent up like this, but it runs to the alternator, which is right here. That's an easy fix. I'm gonna get that fixed, and then this will be pulled out, brought back to the shop because it's no longer needed. And that's just running the pump in there, and we got a lot of rain, so that water is brown and deep. But I get that pulled out, bring that back to the shop, finish picking up the traps in this pond. And once I finish picking up the traps in this pond, pull the drains, start draining it. The other pond is already drained. It's already pretty much empty. I'm just waiting for it to dry out. We've been getting a lot of rain, so we'll have to see when it dries. I got everything back together. And that's the brand new one. Brand new radiator. Everything's back put together. Should have grabbed the funnel. I made a funnel. Okay. All right, let's see if she starts. I need to get a new key switch, so it still works to turn it off. But for some reason it doesn't want to start it. Okay, well, it's automatically started itself, and I could hear the starter still engaging because of that key switch. Okay, hopefully it doesn't do that again. Lord, those hoses need to get changed too. seems to be running good. I'm about to go cut it a little bit with it. Make sure it doesn't overheat again. big mullet. Big crab in this one. Man, all the crabs must have been shedding. This crab just shedded too. This crab just shed it. He's soft, but he ain't that soft. He can still pinch. This is a better example of a soft shell crab because I just caught another one. For some reason, there's a ton of soft shells. So this is the soft shell. See how soft, this is a female. See how soft she is. That's her shed. See, all they do is, the gills are the only thing that are left in their shed. No meat, nothing left in there. And they'll come out of this shed, and I mean, look how much she grew compared to her shed. She almost doubled her shed. But that's another soft shell. I might have to start selling soft shell crabs, catching so many in here. Another soft shell. This is like the 8th soft shell I caught so far. Very soft. This dude just shed it. The levees are nice and cut. It has been raining every single day over here. And it doesn't seem to stop. I'm walking right now because it's too wet to be riding my truck. But I am pulling drains. So hopefully this pond dries up pretty good. Hopefully with all the rain we've been having, it doesn't really affect it and it keeps up with it. But we will see. It's like a 10-inch drain right here. All right. Oh, I think I could pull one more. They're just pipes that run through the levee, and they 90 up, and then you stack pipes on top. Depending on what water level you want, So like this is a pipe. You just stack it up on top like that, and it'll stop the water from flowing. But when you drain, you pull them off, let it do its thing, and they'll have a pipe that comes out to your ditch or canal or whatever. So it looks like this one runs. It might be underneath the water right now because the water is pretty high from all the rain. Yeah, that's what it's looking like. But most of these pipes are sloped. They're sloped down so that the water from the canal won't come back up. That is a crawfish trap. Why is there a crawfish trap right here? So see that fish? There's so much fish in here. I've never seen that crawfish trap. I don't even know why it would be up on the bank. Ton of walking. And it looks like it wants to rain again. This is a little overflow. I don't even know if this one's gonna drain anything. It's already pretty low. I better pull the 90 out though. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I got all the drains pulled in the pond, in both ponds, so it should be draining, and hopefully in the next month it'll be dry. But we've been getting so much rain that I don't think it's gonna be dry within a month. Probably gonna be way longer than that. But hopefully next month we can get in here and start cutting all this. All this grass has been growing up and this bull tongue or whatever. We'll get in here, we'll bush hog all this and spray it, and then we'll come in here and chop it. We'll chop both fields, and we will be planting rice via drone. The drone will come in here and plant all the rice. It'll come fly out both these ponds and probably spray too, and then plant the rice. And then we'll be putting water back in on top of the rice for next year. So I got some other stuff coming up while we wait for all this to dry, both ponds. I got the new brush hog I just bought that needs to be repainted. It needs some welding repair on it. All the other maintenance on the pumps and the other tractors and stuff. End up doing all that too. I appreciate you guys watching, and hopefully y'all stay tuned and watch from draining to filling and then to crawfishing. You'll really see the whole process of everything crawfishing wise. But thank y'all, and hopefully y'all continue to watch, and please subscribe and just keep watching. Thank you.